Hey everyone, Presito here. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about SocialFi and giving a sort of ultimate guide to what's out there at the moment and what you can get involved in. Obviously, it's been really hyped lately thanks to FanTech, which just took off. People made huge gains. I was one of the first actually to make a video on that, so hopefully you guys did get in there and made some decent gains. But overall, SocialFi is still relatively new due to there not being much competition to FanTech. The TVL also overall is quite low, so there is tons of room to grow. And there are actually a lot of projects that are launching to try compete with FanTech. So I'm going to be talking in this video about these projects which are launching, how you can get involved with them, and just overall some information on these projects. I'm not going to go too much into depth about each one, just a brief overview so you guys can see what is out there and how to get involved. Also, be careful with all these projects. Some have had exploits and so on. It's all really new tech, and some inexperienced devs probably trying to launch and get into the hype. So you have to be careful and not get wrecked. So never put in what you can't afford to lose on these apps. So be really careful. So here you can see the rough ranking of the TVL in terms of these apps. First up, I'm going to start off with the biggest one, which is FanTech, which I'm sure all of you know of. And it's kind of what kickstarted all this SocialFi hype. It's built on Base network. It's the most popular SocialFi, of course. The current TVL is around 40 million, as you can see here. Although over the past 7 days, it has decreased substantially. And in the past week, it's really kind of died down in the sense that people are taking profits, selling keys, but it's by no means over, in my opinion. I think it's just the usual profit taking. You can see transactions are down 50% in a week. Volume's down also quite a lot. So that's also something you kind of need to be careful about. So FanTech works that you buy keys to chat with influencers. They do have an airdrop planned, which a lot of people are farming the airdrop. And this is probably going to be really, really big. And it's likely here to stay, considering that trading activities on FanTech amount to 20% of the Base network's transaction fees, which is really a huge number if you consider it. Some strategies to make maximum profits and points in FanTech. Currently, they have a 3-3 system, which they call kind of friend circles, where you can buy people's keys, 3 of them, and they buy 3 of yours, and kind of just promise to hold them, kind of an agreement to hold each other's keys. Then there's also various tools where you can see other people's statistics. Since with FanTech, you do want to buy keys from people that are active. And then you must also, of course, know when to sell people's keys, especially with the past week that prices have been dropping. You need to be careful with that. People might panic and sell the keys, so you don't want to be stuck holding a lot of worthless keys. So that's also something really important to consider. If we go to the Dune dashboard, we can see how big FanTech really is. Huge amount of trading volume, transactions, and unique traders. But anyways, we all know about FanTech, so let's move on to some of the lesser known ones. So the second biggest one at the moment is actually New Bitcoin City, and I'm basing that on its TVL. It's built on NOS chain. They accept Bitcoin, Ethereum, and AVAX. It's available on both iOS and Android, and you need a mobile app to have the desktop access. So it's the same or very similar as FanTech in the sense that you buy, sell, and issue access keys to Alpha in crypto. They will be having an airdrop as well. And what makes it really interesting is that they have a gamified gifting feature, as you can see here, where you can spin the wheel while the chat room owners would spin the wheel, and lucky person would win a decent amount. As you can see, they just had a record broken of the biggest giveaway by Pranksy, which was previously held by Vombatus worth 3k. Now it was over 10k with Pranksy. It's also got that 3-2-3 buying keys system strategy for the airdrop. So it's really an interesting one. And they're currently also offering extra points to FanTech users. As you can see by this points, 500k points daily, high portfolio value, high points. And this is a booster for FanTech friends. And obviously they want to try to take over the market, get the people from FanTech to come to New Bitcoin City. So it's good to see there being a lot of competition. There's also a very really cool feature where you can swap keys for other keys. For example, you can see you can swap Vombatus for Pranksy. Obviously, it depends on the prices and so on, but that is all really interesting. You can see the TVL grew quite significantly to about almost 3.7 million. Now it's sitting at 2.8, so it's holding quite well, and it is one that is quite popular. Next up, we have Tomo, which is really similar to FanTech. It's built on Linear Network, which is interesting because Linear is speculated to have quite a big airdrop. So using apps built on Linear could make you eligible for this airdrop. Just like FanTech, you can trade and chat, and it has a 1.06 million TVL at the moment. It's available on the App Store and Google Play. Here's their Twitter if you do want to give them a follow. And if we check out their TVL, it's sitting quite stable over $1 million. So that's pretty much what there is to say about that one. Next up, we have Stars Arena, which is built on AVAX, which is Avalanche. It's got 300k TVL, which is actually down quite a lot since about a week ago when it was 1.2 million. And this was due to an exploit. So as I said in the beginning of the video, you have to be quite careful with these projects. You don't want to be caught in one of these exploits. And if you do, hopefully you don't have a lot of money on the platform. So that's something to keep in mind. Don't put on what you can't afford to lose. So basically how it works is they have star shares where you can trade Twitter profiles on AVAX, buy and share your favorite creators and earn from their success. They do have an airdrop planned as well. Here's a post regarding the exploit that they had. They did manage actually to recover 90% of the funds. So that is quite good news. They actually gave a bounty for that return of the funds. But also their CEO stepped down recently. This is actually yesterday. So overall, it doesn't really look too good for them. So personally, I would avoid it, but hopefully they manage to make a comeback. I see a lot of people actually do like it. So we'll have to wait and see regarding that. Here's some more info in terms of their TVL. You can see how crazy it was after that exploit. And it's slowly picking up again now, although it is dropping still. So that covers Stars Arena. Next up, I'm going to be talking about PostTech. So this is built on Arbitrum. Its current TVL is around 180,000. It's a Web3 social network on Arbitrum where profiles become assets and interactions turn into profits. So its features include allowing users to buy and sell shares of social profiles, engage in private channel discussions, and even tease the concept of making individual posts tradable assets. So that could be quite meme-worthy, and that actually sounds really interesting. It's not something others have done yet. And they do have an airdrop confirmed that will be coming up. And to be eligible for that airdrop, you're going to have to earn points. You can earn points by creating posts, replying to existing posts, inviting friends to the platform, and trading profile shares. Then they do a points calculation after each activity period, and the points are all tallied up. Then based on those points, there's a token calculation. Then you can claim your tokens after that. So if we go to the TVL information here, we can see it actually went up to over 500k on the 22nd of September. And now it's been fairly stable at around almost 200k. So it's not too bad, and it could have room for growth. Here's their Twitter if you want to give them a follow. Next up is Chainchat, and this is built on Base Network. And what makes it quite interesting is that it's integrated in Zapper Finance. And Zapper Finance has been long speculated to have an airdrop, which could be very huge. So using Chainchat could make you eligible for this airdrop. And Chainchat is really simple in the sense that you just buy access to chat in groups and chat to the owners and other people in that group. Current TVL is around 130,000, really stable while growing very, very slowly, but nonetheless growing, whereas other groups have actually been decreasing. So that could be quite bullish. Anyways, that's it for Chainchat. Next up, we have FanTech. So FanTech, you can buy a share to have an ownership in your network, and you can gain lifetime access to exclusive content and be part of your friends' journeys. It's really focused on building a network, which I believe is really important in crypto. And what makes it really interesting actually is that it's built on Mantle Network. So Mantle Network is an Ethereum L2 created by BitDAO, and BitDAO have allocated $100 million to incentivize developers to build on the Mantle Network. And they're also considering conducting an airdrop for protocol users. So using FanTech could make you eligible for that Mantle airdrop. And furthermore, they're also going to have their own airdrop. And for this airdrop, you have to earn points. Then you'll claim the fan token. And every interaction you make on the platform, from signing up to engaging with content, earns you points that you can use in the future and claim. So that's all really interesting. It's got TVL of around 100,000 at the moment. This is their Twitter if you want to give them a follow. Then lastly, we have Friend3, which is built on BSC. Its TVL is currently around $40,000, but it has been growing slowly, which is really good, of course. So it's an open source social dApp where users can make friends, post, chat, trade, donate, and earn in Web3. They're also going to have an IDO that's coming up on pools. The initial market cap is around $260,000. You can see here they post about that IDO coming up on pools where you can get the F3 token. So in terms of their airdrop, obviously you have to be active and use the app, trading, donating, and inviting friends and so on. This will earn you points by being active on Friend3 and Twitter. And your interactions are the main source of making points. Then they, like PostTech, have the point calculation where they check obviously your point count, reflecting all your interactions. Then based on that, calculate your tokens. And then after that, you can claim your tokens. And here is their Twitter if you do want to give them a follow. This one seems like it can have decent hype building up, especially that they have their pre-sale coming up. We don't know exactly when, but we do know it's in November on pools. So that's an interesting one. Hopefully this video helped you guys be more up to date with what's happening in SocialFi. I'd appreciate if you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment if I missed any out that you guys are bullish on, and let me know which ones I should check out. Follow me on Twitter and Telegram as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.